Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming's Redstone Tutorials, and this is Darby showing you guys how to build working lights. Now, I really didn't want to do this video because of how simple it is to make working lights, but I know a lot of people, just getting into Redstone, they really don't understand like how certain things work, but all it is T flip-flops, guys. That's all how pretty much any light you can make work is just simple T flip-flops and things like that. So I'm going to show you two very easy T flip-flops you can use since Title Update 19 came out. Now, I'm not going to show older ones, guys. I'm sorry. If you don't have an updated version of Minecraft, I can't help you. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forwards. So, this is for people that have updated Minecraft. So right here, I just made a simple redstone house. As you can see, there's really nothing going on up here. Very easy T flip-flops that I used up there. And then I just set up a few rooms to show you what you could do with the lights. So I made it like a little dinky redstone house that took me like 15 minutes to make. So we got some outside lights right here. Ooh, I want that. So we click this button right here, our outside lights will come on. Click this button right here, our outside lights will go off. Now, I'm not showing you how to build this house. This is not the tutorial, it's lights. I'm showing you how to make the lights, but I'm going to show you different things you could do with the lights. So there's our outside lights. They went on, they went off. Then over here we have our inside lights. We click this button, our inside lights come on for our living room, then our inside lights go off. Then over here I have it set up so we have hallway lights. So that means there's a button on this side and there's a button on the other side of the hallway. So if we click this button right here, our hallway lights come on. Our hallway lights come on, and then we go all the way over here to the end of our hallway. We have another light switch over here to turn off our lights in the hallway. So as you see, it's on both sides, very simple to make. And then over down here, we just have lights in between our hallway lights and our living room lights. So if I click this button right here inside our kitchen lights come on. Click this button again, our kitchen lights go off. So as you can see, we have lights right in between both our living room lights and our hallway lights. So that's pretty much the whole thing I did. I just made a little dinky redstone house, whatever, I guess like half a redstone house, not even. I didn't spend much time on it. All right guys, so here's the two silent T flip-flops that I'll be showing you how to build. Like I said, you need to have at least Title Update 19 to build this. If you don't have Title Update 19 or better, then obviously you can't build these T flip-flops. Now, I know some people are gonna get upset about that, but like I said, I'm not moving backwards, I'm moving forward. So here's a one high one. So that means it's only one high. You can fit it in between, ceilings and floorings. So if we click this button right here, the lights come on. Click the button again, the lights go off. And then right here, we have a one wide one. This one we could fit in between, like two rooms and things like that. See how I have one wide spacing right there? So if we click this button right here, the light comes on and the light goes off. So let's just show you how to build these real fast. And if you obviously, once you know how to build these, if you're redstone and things like that, you could set up your lights and all that stuff. You guys already probably know how to set up your lights and things like that. But then we're going to get into that. So obviously you can leave the video once you learn how to build these. But if you want to stick around and see how to maybe set them up into a room and things like that, then you could stay in here. So we're going to first start off by, I guess we could build the one wide one first, and then we'll build the one high one. So for each one of them, we're going to need 3 droppers, 1 hopper, 1 redstone comparator, and then a button just, test to make sure it works, and 1 item to chuck inside your hopper. So to make the one wide one, all we literally have to do is start off by placing a dropper facing towards us. Then we're gonna go right in front of the dropper and go right here and put a dropper facing upwards. Next, we're gonna go right above the dropper that is facing into the one that's facing upwards and put a dropper facing downwards. Now, right now there is a bug going on the console where, you could just simply go like this and it'll face downwards like that. But obviously, on the PC and for future people, just go up like this, put a block right above it, and then look downwards like this, I guess. Look downwards and put a dropper facing down into this one. So this dropper's going into this dropper's going into this dropper, and then going into the side of this dropper, we're gonna put a hopper like that. So let me fix this real quick. There we go. So that's pretty much how the whole thing works. And then we throw 1 miscellaneous item into this hopper. Just throw any item you want. Only 1 item though. You can't have more than one item in there or it will not work. So only 1 item. And let's check out some blocks of redstone right on. So then coming out of this dropper right here that the hopper is going into, this is the one we are going to be bringing our power out of. So we're going to put a comparator right there. As you see, the comparator is already on. You know what? Let's just put a light right here too to show that, it's working. Let's just put a light right there. So now if I put power to this bottom dropper right here, now the power for these ones have to go directly to the dropper, and I'll show you why. Okay, so when we click this button, the light goes off. Click the button again, the light comes on. Very easy, silent T flip-flop. Now what I mean by the power has to go directly to the block is that you can't just simply put a block next to it and put a button like this, because it will not work. See, it does not work. The power has to go directly to the dropper or else it won't work. Because how this T flip-flop works is pretty much, as you can see right here, the items inside this dropper. Now when I click this button right here, it's going to activate this dropper, but then the power going into this dropper right here is going to stop the item. So I'm going to click the button. The item will funnel down through this dropper into this one, but since there's power already going to this one, the item got stopped. Now when I click the button again, it will send the item over to this dropper, and then this dropper will push the item up into the hopper, and since there's no power going into this hopper, it will automatically funnel over back to this dropper. But by the time it gets over to here, the power should stop, thus not letting it fall down into this one. So we click the button, goes around into this dropper, but the power is already done going through this one, and the item gets stuck inside this dropper. And that's how the whole thing pretty much works. So what I usually do with this one is I usually use this one for a falling edge monostable circuit mostly, because like I said, you know, there's no point of having a one wide T flip-flop if you're just going to be putting a repeater coming out of the side of it like this. So, you know, now it's 3 wide, you know, 1, 2, 3, that's crazy. You don't want that. What you want is a 1 wide one. So usually what I like doing is I like putting a torch right underneath this dropper, creating a falling edge monostable circuit. Obviously it'll take a little bit longer for the power to go through, but it keeps the whole thing 1 wide. So as you see, boop, light comes on, light goes off. So I know it takes a little bit longer, but guess what? It keeps it 1 wide, and that's what we want. Next, we're gonna make the 1 high one. All it is this one turned on its side. So we're just gonna put a dropper facing towards us, a dropper facing away from it, coming out of that. See where the hole for the dropper is? Put another dropper going like this, put another dropper going like this. So this dropper right here is going into this one. This one's going into this one. And then going into the back of this one, we're gonna put our hopper. Next, you're gonna take out any item you want. So I'm just gonna throw a button in there. Ooh, come on. Make sure you only put 1 item in it. So the hopper that's going into the dropper, this is where our power is gonna be coming from. So put, you know, you go this way, it doesn't really matter. And then we're gonna have to put power directly to this dropper right here. So if I put a light coming off this one, click the button, light goes off, and light goes on. Very simple. There you go. That's how you build these things. They're very, very easy to build. So obviously if I wanted to, if I put a repeater here and then put a block, like let's say, I don't even have to put a block. If I put a redstone dust just going like this, let's say I just went like this with redstone dust. So you know how I had those hallway lights where there was a button on both sides. If I click the button here, the light goes off. If I put a button here, the light comes on. So that's how I made my hallway lights. Very easy, guys. See how, you know, it's activating it from both sides? Very simple. So now we're just gonna come over here and I'm gonna show you like a few little easy ways you can set up your redstone house and things like that with your lights. So obviously right here is like kind of like a hallway that I set up. So if we put a button here, put a button there, and then obviously if there's no other room on this side that you're worrying about, then you can just set up the power to go right from the button. Now I know the button is on the second block. You know, I like having my button at eye level. I don't know, I just think it feels better having the button at eye level. So we just set up a line of blocks going like this, and then we could put a line of redstone dust going down it like this, and then just pick any piece of redstone dust you really want to and delete it and put a block here with a torch, because I'm going to make the 1 wide one. This will create a falling edge monostable circuit, but as you can see, if I click the button on this side, the torch goes off. Click the button on this side, the torch goes off. So now all we have to do is just build the 1 wide T flip-flop that I just showed how to build a little bit ago. So just put a dropper facing towards us, a dropper facing upwards, and then obviously we're gonna have to put a dropper facing downwards right here. No, downwards, not straight. There we go. And then put a hopper going into the side of it. Next, we're gonna throw any item we want in here. So let's just throw one of our droppers in here. And then obviously, like I said, the comparator comes out of this one right here that the hopper's going into. So as you can see, it's already on. And then let's just set up some lights in here. So I want to make them even. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, skip 1, 1, 2, skip 1, 1, 2, like that. So there we go. Got some symmetric lights. Next, I'm just gonna put a repeater coming out of this comparator so we can bring the redstone further, because obviously the comparator can't bring the redstone as far as we want it to go. And there we go. So the lights are on. Click the button. The lights are off. Go over here, click the button, lights come on, lights go off. So now we have a button on both sides for your hallways, for your hallway lights. And like I said before, since these are only 1 wide, you can easily set up another room right next to it. So if I wanted to take out some, I don't know, redstone clay, as you can see, I could set up a room right here if I really wanted to. And we can hide all the redstone by going like this. Go. So now we have a room right here and a room right here. And then obviously if we have a second floor, we don't have to skip much because it's only one wide, it's only one high. So we just take out our, let's make our floor out of gray. There we go. Gray carpet is usually in like every home. So there we go. See, it literally, we can set up a room that's only one more higher than the other one, so our redstone house doesn't look gigantic, fat, and disgusting. You know, we just want it to be nice and as thin as possible. Obviously, you know, it's going to have to be a little bit bigger than a normal house, but if you want a working light redstone house, then you know you're just gonna have to make sacrifices. So as you can see, it's only one high, it's only one wide, so it's not taking up as much room as you would expect. Now I set these rooms up here before, but actually I kind of got through it with that. I made these rooms a little bit too small, so I don't really want to go over like the one high ones right here. But I did it over here in my this house right here. As you can see, I made them only one high right here, and then I set up the lights. This one right here activates the hallway lights. This one high one right here activates my hallway lights. Did I turn my daylight sense thing off? Yeah, okay, I did. So you see right here, this one right here activates the hallway lights. So if I click the button, the comparator went off. Click the button again, comparator came on. So that's my hallway light ones right there. And as you can see, I'm bringing power from this button, the button that's right here. I brought the power going from down from this redstone dust, comes right around over here, activates through this repeater, and then activates this T flip-flop right here. So that's how easy it is, guys. It's not hard to set up lights inside your house. There we go. So now I also set up a way, what I did with my redstone house, not this one, but when I do redstone houses and certain redstone houses, I usually like setting up kind of like a pillar. Now you're looking at this going like, what does that mean, like setting up a pillar? Well, the reason why I like setting it up like this, if you have a little 3x3 area, is you could chuck all your redstone right in here. Like, you know, you can bring up your, you could bring up like a torch ladder to the top to activate things, because right here, if you look at this little box right here, you could set up 4 different rooms to this box. You know, you can have a room right there, you can have a room right here, you can have a room right here, and you could also have another room right here. So that means you could just literally set all your redstone up in here and have it activate 4 different rooms with lights. So let's say you wanted lights in this room right here. Maybe there's a room right here, you could set up lights from that button. Say there's a room right here, you can set up lights through that button. Say there's a room right here, you could set up lights through this button. Say if there's another room right here, you could set up lights through this button as well. And then you just bring a torch ladder up. Very easy to make a torch ladder. All you do is put a torch, a block, a torch, and there you go. That's a torch ladder. That's it. And then you just set up a silent T flip-flop coming off that torch, and you could put lights in this room right here. And then, like I said, you could do the same thing with each one. Put a torch ladder, set up lights in here, put a torch ladder here, set up lights in here. Very simple to do, guys. So that's how you can make some very simple working lights inside your house. I really don't need to go over much more. This pretty much right here explained most of it, you know? Right here explains all of it. There's nothing really to this thing, guys. It's just T flip-flops and light. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, you know, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to stay tuned with my newest videos. And obviously, I think the best way to set up your T flip-flops and things like that is to bring it underground. Now, that's my favorite spot, is to put my redstone underneath the floor, because, you know, it just saves a lot of space. And, you know, you don't have to make your ceilings too high and things like that. If you do it that way, that's what I did with these outside lights. As you can see, I brought it through a pillar. That's the whole reason behind my redstone house and why it had pillars on it in the first place, was just to hide the redstone. See, I brought it up through a torch ladder to activate these lights right here. So that's how my outside lights work right here. So if I go like this, as you can see, right down here, I have a 1 high T flip-flop. There's the 1 high T flip-flop right there. Oh, I think I just chucked it. I think an item fell into it, actually. Let me get that out. Yep, there we go. So the button's right here. Let me just put the button out here. So if we activate this redstone dust, it's going to activate our 1 high T flip-flop in there, turning on the outside lights. So it's very easy, guys. Very easy to set up lights inside your house. So I know I already said it, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys. Peace.